Well, good Saturday morning, New York Jet fans and NFL fans. It is December 11th, 2021, 7:48 a.m., and we are in week 14 of 2021-2022 season. It kicked off Thursday night in Minnesota, where the Vikings took a 29-0 lead and held on to a 36-29 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, at one point, the offensive line, defensive line for Pittsburgh was just abysmal. They kind of bounced back. They led the charge back, and they were able to get there close, but not close enough. And that might have just hurt any type of playoff position for them. They're still in the hunt, and excuse me. The funny thing is, listening to um, Cotton and Roberts on WFAN during the week, I believe it was Thursday. Um, Basically, or maybe I don't know if it was them or maybe the Boomer and Geo show Friday morning. I'm trying to remember. It was an FAN station. Um, Basically, every team except for Jacksonville, Detroit, and the Jets are really mathematically. Oh, the Jets are still mathematically in, and the Texans um, to make the playoffs is 0 to 1 to make the playoffs. Um, the Giants are still mathematically alive, and a win last week would have really helped them, but they were unable to do that. They so basically the playoffs are wide open. I mean, you have teams like Arizona who's fighting for, along with the Rams and Tampa Bay, excuse me, first seed overall and home field advantage with the new playoff format. There's only one home field team throughout the playoffs. Um, Only one bye for the first week. So this number one seed is a big accomplishment, a big goal for these teams to hit. Of course, I mean we've seen road dogs or road teams. I didn't say road dogs um, win win these games in the playoffs, but home field in the playoffs is something that teams rely on not only for um, you know the fan participation and the loudness, um, but also financially. This just helps the team financially. So it's all about, of course, the winning is all about the money, and the money is all about the winning. But in the AFC, you have Buffalo who came down to earth, and now New England showing that they very quietly have taken over the AFC East, and they may be a real force to reckon with once the playoffs come around. Um, so it's still with 3 weeks left, 3 weeks left, 4 weeks left. I'm sorry. It goes 18 weeks this year because of 17 games. Um, Seeding is not clear. Arizona could kind of try to pull away if they could. I believe they're at 10 wins. Um, Tampa Bay, and you have a tremendous game today, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, which I can't believe was not flexed. Dallas and Washington in Washington. Um, Last week, every NFC East team won except for the Giants. Uh, and I thought Dallas would be running away with it, but with Philly winning a few games, and I mean they're not really, but Washington could basically do some damage. They beat Dallas last year twice, and this is going to be a nice matchup tomorrow. We'll get into that, and of course we'll talk about our Jets, and what's going on with them and who they face and my feelings. And I'm a little different with my feelings this week, and we'll get into that. So first thing up, I like to send my condolences to the Thomas family, to Marius Thomas, former Bronco, former New York Jet wide receiver, who passed away this past week. Details are not um, uh, verified, but his family stating that he had a seizure. I believe he was 33 years old. I do remember him playing for the Jets. I do remember him playing for the Broncos. Um, so just a sad situation. So prayers for him and his family to get through this tragedy. There's never a good time for this to happen, but with the holiday season upon us too, it makes it so much worse. Um, so again, uh, prayers for them. So let's take a look now at the upcoming games. And I'm sorry if I'm a little off today. There's a lot going on, and I usually roll out the video on Thursday or Friday, and just schedule conflicts and whatnot. So I want to get this out today before the Saturday gets away from me. So we just spoke of Cowboys at Washington football team. Cowboys are 8-4. Washington is 6-6. A win here puts them right in the race for first place, game behind the Cowboys. And you know what? I think the Cowboys are going to win the division. If they do lose this division, they don't make the playoffs. I think Mike McCarthy is done, um, because of the way they started, and the way the things were going, and the way they lost. The only game I don't blame them on the loss is that overtime loss on Thanksgiving with the pass interference call. But other than that, um, and I was a McCarthy fan. I thought he was coming to the Jets before we had Adam Gase. So I'm glad we never got him. Um, I think Cowboys win this game this week. They go to 9-4. Washington falls to 6-7, but I think they win without Washington backing down. I think this goes down to the nitty gritty. One possession, um, one defensive stand, one offensive play, possibly a long kick. But I think it comes down to one of the last plays of the game. Uh, Washington, I'm reading now on NFL Network, has a top 10 defense the last 4 weeks. Cowboys have the number one offense. So this is going to be a good game. Jaguars and Titans, and I'm rooting for Trevor Lawrence. I root for the rookie QB class, um, but the Titans need to win this game. This is a game they should win. They should go to 9-4. Jaguars should fall to 2-11. Seahawks and Texans. Seattle lost. Sorry, Seattle won last week to go to 4-8. Texans are 2-10, and the Texans, even when the Jets played them, are not a good team all around. The Jets took advantage of that barely. So I think the Seahawks win this game because of just the leadership and the experience that the team has. So Seahawks will go to 5-8. Texans will go to 2-10. Raiders and Chiefs, and these two teams have flip flopped all year. The Raiders started off like a bolt of lightning. They had those issues with the coach and the two players. They looked like they overcame that. They're now 6-6. At this point, I thought they'd be 8-4, 9-3, but they're 6-6. The Chiefs are 8-4. The Chiefs, I thought at this point, be 10-2. There are games that they lost that I just, you know, they were not in it at all, or late late fumbles, bad decisions by the QB, by Mahomes. Um, I think the Chiefs win this one. Excuse me. This is a close one again. I think the Chiefs go to 9-4. Raiders drop to 6-7. Falcons and Panthers, both teams at 5-7. Um, you know, to me, I was never a Cam Newton fan. I like the Panthers this year because of Sam Donald, except for Week 1, of course. Um, but I also like Matt Ryan, and I'm going to take the Falcons winning in Carolina. They go to 6-7. Panthers fall to 5-8. Ravens and Browns. Again, few games the Ravens, excuse me, should have lost. They won. A few games Ravens should have won. They lost. The Browns, a few games they should have won. They lost. At this point, I thought the Browns would be 8-4. They're 6-6. The Ravens are 8-4. Um, of course, the history behind these two teams. The Browns moved out of Cleveland and went to Baltimore, uh, and won the Super Bowl the following year, I believe it was, or a couple of years later. Uh, Listen, I would root for the Browns in this game, but I'm going to be honest. I was not a Baker Mayfield fan when he was first drafted. the whole thing with us getting Sam and whatnot. But I think he's a good QB. I think he is going to be a leader. But at this point, the team is struggling. I think the Ravens should win this game. They go to 9-4. The Browns fall to 6-7 and take a blow to their playoffs chances. If they win this game, I think the Browns have a very good chance of making the playoffs. And I really thought at the beginning of the year they'd be a playoff team, even fight for a division title, but not the chance, right? Not the story right now. So the Giants go out to LA to face the Chargers. Um, I believe Mike Lennon will be QB. There is so many rumors going on this week that even Russell Wilson and I think Russell Wilson's agent made statements about coming to New York, which is all hearsay. I mean, they can make any statement they want while he's on a team, while he's playing for Seattle. Um, if the Giants listen, as a Jet fan, I want to catch lightning in a bottle. We had that in '98 with Vinny. Um, we thought we had that with Brett Favre in '08. So to get that veteran QB, but Russell Wilson is up there in age, so I don't know if he is a long-term um, fix for the Giants. But if he wants to come in here and they want to get a quick playoff run, he may be the player to do it. The thing is, do you keep the coaching staff? I don't think this coaching staff is competent to run this team. And then when with Russell Wilson, you draft another QB and have him sit behind Russell Wilson, which I think would be great. But again, then you have to hope the coaching staff can nurture and develop this QB. But I think Russell Wilson to New York for the Giants would be a nice story. I honestly think him, and I've said this earlier in the year, Aaron Rodgers. So Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers will be on the move, maybe flip flop places. Um, I don't know. Um, but Aaron Rodgers to New York. I don't know how Aaron Rodgers would handle the media in New York. Um, I think Russell Wilson is more of a laid back guy. Aaron Rodgers looks more of a controlling type personality, and I don't know if he'd be good in New York. But I'd like to see Russell Wilson, at the Giants. Even though I'm not a Giant fan, it would be good for the team. Um, and I don't think the Giants ever really did that. The only time they really ever got another veteran was Kurt Warner, and that was the year Eli was drafted. And after I believe it was 7 games or 8 games, they put Eli in to take over the reins, and they were still in contention. Um, there was also yesterday, listening to the fan, a caller said, instead of worrying about Russell Wilson, what about using, because the Giants have two first round picks, and right now they're top 10 picks, I believe, um, for a coach. And ironically, it's for Sean Payton, the coach for the New Orleans Saints, who the Jets will be playing this week. And, maybe Sean comes to New York, but then they were talking about, I believe this was um, Carton and Evans, Cotton and Roberts, that Sean Payton has ties to Dallas with his family living there and whatnot. So the offseason should be fun for the Giants with their coaching staff. I don't think Joe Judge is here next year. I don't think Daniel Jones is their starting QB next year. And I don't think Saquon Barkley is their running back. So, they have a lot of changes, just as the Jets do. Or just did. But I think the Giants lose this game. They're going to fall to 4-9, and the Chargers are going to go to 8-5, and the Chargers will keep up with the division and with the wild card race. Lions and Broncos, and the Lions got their first win last week over the Vikings. Um, and you got to question the Vikings too, because they lost to the Lions, and then they gave up that big lead to Pittsburgh. Um, but the Broncos are a good team. They should win. They're at home, and I think the Lions drop. So they go to 1-11-1. Broncos will go to 7-6 and keep their hopes alive for a wild card. Bills and Buccaneers. I looked at this a few weeks back, and I'm like, this could be Super Bowl um, matchup. The Bills lost in a rain, snow, hail, wind-driven game where Mac Jones attempted 3 passes. I believe he completed 1 or 2. Um, They couldn't stop the run. I think the Buccaneers picked them apart this week again. The Bills have a good defense. I think Tom Brady, maybe under pressure, if he could step up, if he could step up, it's Tom Brady. But I think Tom Brady, if he's not hit a lot, Tom gets rattled when he's hit a lot. I think he wins. I think the Bills have something to prove, and this is a big statement game. Um, I don't think it's going to be as close as it should be, and I think the Buccaneers win. They're going to go to 10-3, and the Bills are going to fall to 7-6, and that's going to open up the door for the Patriots to make moves. Let's see, 49ers at the Bengals. I think the Bengals are on a surge to get things going. Joe Burrow injured his finger. Um, I heard, was practicing with the finger, obviously with the finger, but without any bandages or anything on the finger. So he may be set to go. They should beat the 49ers if they want to keep pace with the playoffs. So the Bengals, I think, will go to 8-5, and the 49ers will fall to 6-7, and basically kind of idle out their playoff run. Bears and Packers, and this is NFL royalty, NFL tradition. These two teams are from the very beginning. Um, you know, I think the Bears right now are hurting. I don't believe Justin Fields will be playing this week again. They're not a good team either. They're going to fall to 5-9, and the Packers will get to 10-3 and keep pace with Arizona for the number one seed overall. Um, and the Cardinals face the Rams in Arizona. That's the Monday night game. As a Packer game was a Sunday night game, so you know, two very good NFC matchups. Sunday night game and a Monday night game. Rams at Cardinals. Um, I think the Cardinals win this game, and I think they set the tone for the rest of the season. And they'll get to 11 wins. They'll keep their distance on some other teams that are following up behind them. The Rams fall, which is one of the teams that are trying to catch up to 8-5, and I think that will set the Rams off to just be a wild card. Well, just be I pray to be a wild card for the Jets, but and the Cardinals I think get the number one seed overall in the NFC. So let's talk about our Jets, Jets. They are home for the second week in a row to face the New Orleans Saints. Last week, it was a tale of two offenses on two sides, or two halves, I should say. First three drives that Zach Wilson led to three touchdowns. Um, he ran for one, he passed for one, and one was run in. Elijah Moore had a great game. Zach seemed to look through his progressions. He looked to have been more at ease. He still made those rookie mistakes. That shovel pass that went off the shoulder pad of the running back. He can't make those plays. He's got to know when to get rid of the ball. He's got to know when to try to make a play. And he's got to know when to take the sack. A 4-yard loss, if is not a big deal unless it's going to knock you out of field goal range. Don't try to make a play when the play's not there. Yes, you extend the play when you can, but I don't know what he was thinking with that shovel pass. He did make some nice plays. He did look at um, his progressions, like I said, and he did make some nice plays down the field. His short passes are hot passes. They're hard when they come out of his hands. There's no touch on the ball. A lot of the commentators, a lot of the analysts have been saying that he needs that. They need the QB coach to help him with that, and he needs to adjust to that because then he'll start making those short routes and those medium routes. He has the arm strength from down the field. Um, Other than that, I think he played well. He didn't have happy feet. Um, but that second half, they were playing from behind. Their defense was atrocious. They could not stop anything, and he had no running game at that point because they were just trying to come back and make plays. So listen, I had this in the beginning of the year as a win. They always play the Saints tough here. The last home game we played the Saints here, it was Rex versus his brother Rob on defense. We beat them. Great defense against Drew Brees and a Saint team that was playing very well. Um, and I think the Jets win tomorrow. in my head and in my heart, I think the defense got embarrassed last week, and hopefully they can get things started. Um, so I think tomorrow's a win. In my head and in my heart, I think it's a win. The defense, I think, was embarrassed. I think they're going to step up. I think the offense is starting to realize it's Zach's game, it's Zach's team, and and they're all in on that. The coaching staff has a lot to learn. It's a rookie coaching staff. It is what it is. Um, the the offensive coordinator needs to scheme for Zach and for the team's talents right now and for the team's strengths. An offensive line needs to keep him upright. Defensive line needs to make plays. They need to get penetration on on the defense to get to the quarterback and take some pressure off the safeties and the DBs and the secondary because um, they're not talented enough right now. So they need to get to the QB and make these plays. Um, the Saints are on their third QB this year, um, but they're still the Saints. They're still a team that has talent. But I'm going to go all in and say Jets win 24-13 tomorrow. I think Zach throws over two, maybe 250. I think he throws two touchdowns, um, and he's going to have a pick. He'll have a pick until I can see he's not going to have a pick. That's just the way I feel. So if I had a bet with my head, I'm going to say Jets 24 and Saints 13. If I was going to bet with my heart, and I say, oh, the Jets are going to just dominate, I say the Jets 24 and the Saints 10. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Wherever you want to say it. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Enjoy the games. And we will talk Monday morning and go over this weekend's games and preview the Monday night game. And I can't believe we're in week 14. 4 more weeks. We're in the final quarter of the regular season, and playoff spots are still up for grabs. So take care. Please reach out to us. We're on Twitter at The Takeoff is our Twitter handle. We're on Facebook. The Takeoff is our Facebook page, our Facebook group. It is open to the public. You can email me at thejets_takeoff@gmail.com, or please subscribe to this video. It is The Takeoff, Alex Marziali. You can Google it, retweet it, subscribe to it. Send us pictures from the game. Send us videos from the game, from your tailgate. Are you, a two-person snack table tailgate, or are you a 45-person, you know, um, three grills, buses, DJ, and keg type tailgate? Or do you just pull up and walk into your seats? Do you watch the previews? Do you watch the warm-ups? Let us know. Send us pictures. Make sure they're suitable for all ages to watch it. And we'll talk to you soon. So go Jets and stay safe.